So, also don't mind my hair. So I'm actually just prepping my edges. I have my hair just in some twists right now. I just washed it and deep conditioned it. So I'm just letting it air dry. So as you can see, I have no makeup on. I'm just gonna go straight into what I do every day regarding makeup. So first, of course, is primer. Of course, I got my primer. So what I use, especially because I said I have oily skin, I use the Murad, and this is the oil control mattifier, and it does have SPF in it. So usually what I do, and I'm just gonna go, it's gonna be a demo video as well as a little mini review of everything. I've been using this for probably about 2 years. I used it a lot in the summer, especially on those hot beach days, because it has SPF, or when I was on vacation. I usually just take like a little bit, just rub it on my fingers, and I kind of just like pat it into my skin. And this is great as a oil mattifying primer. It really does control the oil of your skin throughout the whole entire day. So I kind of just like rub that on. So the next step, of course, is eyebrows, and I always follow this routine. I always do eyebrows first, then eyes, then foundation, and then lipstick. My holy grail, and I've made a video about my favorites, but this is #1 favorite eyebrow pencil. I always grab this first. This is my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color dark brown, and pretty much I love it because, of course, you know, it's Anastasia. She has great products, and it has the spoolie brush on it. It has a spoolie brush on it, and it also has a really nice thin tip, which is great for like when you're trying to be on the go and you're trying to just make sure that your eyebrows look decent before you leave the house. So I kind of just, what I usually do in the morning is like I outline my eyebrows, and I just follow it to the natural shape, and then I'll just fill it in a little bit. I try not to go too overboard because I'm not trying to be super glam. I'm just trying to fill my eyebrows. So I usually just do that. And I do the same thing on this side. And then what I do, especially because you don't want that blocky look on the inner parts of your eyebrows, I just use a spoolie and I just go right back in with it. And going back in with the spoolie brush is good because you're really brushing all the product throughout your eyebrows, so it looks more natural. I'll start with my color correcting, and I always reach, and you can't even see it anymore, but it's my MAC color correcting duo, and it is in the color ochre and then the color pure orange, and I always use it to color correct underneath my eyes. So usually what I do is just dab it really quick, and I learned this technique when I was in Miami from this MAC artist. He was so good. He taught me so much. So usually what I do is like I take that as well. I take a few dots of the orange, a few dots of the yellow. It's a lot better, the acne scarring. I shouldn't even say acne scarring because it's really not, even though it kind of is. But. So I take my Artis brush and I pretty much just like blend everything together. You can see how awake this part of my face is already compared to this. And I usually do this really quick in the morning. Like I'm making sure it's blended, but I'm not super concerned, you know, on whether or not everything is perfect. Because in the morning I'm trying to just rush and just get everything done. You know, so usually this takes about 5 minutes, but since I'm slowing it down to explain what I'm doing, it might probably be like 10. Another quick step I usually do to make sure that the under eye sets is I take my Laura Mercier and I take my Real Technique brush in the setting brush. I love this for under eye setting. And usually what I do is just dab a little bit and I just pat underneath my eye, like just to make sure that there's enough powder and make sure that I know it's going to stay for my full 12-hour shifts. Because, you know, you want to make sure that your makeup is not all over the place. Then what I do next is take my Holy Grail. I love this powder. I use this powder every day, no matter where I'm going, depending if I want to wear makeup. But this is my Studio Fix MAC powder foundation. And I wear it in the color NW45. It's almost pretty much like pot or hit pot. And I take, this is already dirty because I use this every day. So I take my Laura Mercier, you know, just rub a little bit, and I pretty much just pat it onto my skin. And I try not to put a lot, but I feel like it's so much quicker when you use a powder puff because you can really just you can cover a lot of space in a short amount of time. And I get a lot of questions about what powder I wear at work. It's this one. I use this as a blush and a contour because I usually don't like to wear a lot of blush to work. I use the CoverGirl Queen Ebony Bronze. It's really like, I use it like a bronzing. And I just use my Real Technique. This is my favorite contour brush. This is the contour brush by Real Techniques. And I kind of just go along really quick underneath my face. Then since you're using powder, I never like that powdery look. So I usually always go in with either a setting spray or just like a water, like a refreshing mist type of water. I usually grab my Smashbox primer water, but lately I've been reaching for my rose water. This is actually rose water with glycerin, and this is from the Heritage store. I bought this on Amazon. I love rose water. It's such a great, just refreshing mist, and it makes all the powder in my face just blend into my skin. So I usually just take like a quick spritz, like maybe one or two. It's more than one or two. I always grab this. This is the MAC pot in Constructivist. Always. I love this powder. You can see like I've used a lot. So all I literally do is just rub it. I don't even put primer in my eyes because this is a paint pot, so they really last long. And I just pat it onto my eye. I don't use a brush. Of course, make sure you have clean hands. But I just take a light amount, pat it on, depending on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll go over it with some eyeshadow, but most of the time I don't have time. So I just pat on really quick. Palette, and I just take any blending brush that I have. I usually take this Color and Rebel. I usually take the Color Rebel, and I just quickly blend, just to have like a really quick transition. My next step, I usually never wear eyeliner to work. If I do, it's because I have enough time, or I just want to put eyeliner on, but majority of the time I never do. So I usually just go straight to mascara. I always grab for my Maybelline Last Sensation, but I've been trying something new. I bought the Maybelline The Falsies Push-Up Drama, and I really like this. I like the way the brush is. It's thicker. It's a bigger brush. So I've been using this lately for work and just, you know, for going out. So I just, like any mascara. I don't put a lot. I usually just do a few wiggles through, and then that's pretty much it for the eyes. So my final step is of course lipstick. So I'm gonna go in with, and I've used so much of this Bittersweet pencil. I've used so much of this. I love this powder, this whole pencil. I love it. I don't even have that much to use on here. So I usually just line. Then I've been reaching a lot for, this is probably one of my favorite nudes now. I recently bought this like last month and I love it. I use it every day. The Grunge color in this Tartelette, is it Tartelette? It's the Tarteist lip paint, which is like a lip, it's a liquid lipstick. It's not really 100% matte. It has some like satin finish to it because when I drink my coffee with this, it still transfers to my coffee cup. Eyeline it. I love this color though, it's so me. See, it's definitely transferable, but I love the color. This is the final look. This is my everyday routine. This is usually, if you see me outside in the store, I usually look like this or I have no makeup on. But I hope that you did enjoy this quick video. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'll definitely be making more videos in the future, but let me know if you have any other video ideas as well. Thank you so much for watching.